Carina Press and HarlequinAudio present The Secret Ingredient by K.D. Fisher, performed by Hayden Bishop and Lauren Sweet. The Secret Ingredient deals with topics some readers might find difficult, including family alienation, mentions of homophobia, and religious trauma. Chapter 1. Adah. All my life, I've been running through the woods so fast I thought I could leave myself clean behind, running from the Reverend any time he got that mean look in his eyes, running to get free. Now I'm setting down roots that will grow stronger and deeper with time, roots that no storm can wash away. I glanced around the apartment, our new home, sunlight bouncing off the yellow walls and settling down on the black and white checked floors, sloped, slightly uneven ceiling in the living room, exposed brick wall behind the couch, windows thrown wide open, filmy white curtains drifting in the warm breeze, a heavy door with a heavier lock I checked 3 times before I signed the lease. "Mom!" Peter poked his little blonde head through the bedroom door. "This whole room is really mine?" "Yep." I shook the suds off my hands and grinned. "All yours. But you better keep it clean, understood?" A shudder rocked through me at how much I sounded like my mama. "I will. It's so cool to have my own room." With that, he disappeared back into the tiny bedroom, door closing softly behind him. I loved the sound of my son's voice, still high and sweet, and colored with the nasal Midwest accent so different from my Ozark tongue. It was time he had a room of his own. Living in an efficiency studio in Chicago had been fine when he was a toddler, and tolerable when he was too little to be bothered by the lack of personal space. But next year Peter would be 10. He needed room to breathe. We both did. And we'd found it in Maine. In this second-floor walk-up, so close to the ocean I could smell the salt air. The place wasn't exactly big, but it was affordable and clean, and only a 10-minute walk from the restaurant. I didn't mind that I'd be sleeping on the pull-out couch and waking up at all hours to the chattering of gulls and drunken sounds of men arguing in the bar next door. Drawing in a long, slow breath, I plunged my hands back into the soapy water and resumed scrubbing the kitchen floor. Tomorrow I would start my new job. Head chef at Bella Vista, a fine dining Mediterranean venture opened by the restaurant group I'd spent the last 5 years in Chicago busting my tail for. Ricardo was taking a big chance on me, and I was determined to do him proud. Smiling softly to myself, I lifted my eyes to my freshly pressed chef's whites hanging on the bathroom door. I'd seen the pictures of the kitchen. My kitchen. I'd scrolled through them hundreds of times trying to picture myself running the operation. Brand new and bigger than any space I'd worked in before. Gleaming pots and pans, top-of-the-line range, everything open to the tastefully decorated dining room. I wanted to squeal with excitement, but bit my lip, and started in on scrubbing the baseboards. I lost myself in the methodical work of cleaning and nearly jumped out of my skin at the sound of 2 loud raps on the glass pane of my front door. My eyes squeezed shut and my whole body stilled. Squaring my shoulders, I stood tall and let my gaze shudder over to the door. All my breath rushed out of my body and a smile tugged at my mouth. A middle-aged lady with black-rimmed glasses and shoulder-length brown hair beamed at me and lifted a hand in greeting. "Hi there." I tried not to sound too breathless as I yanked the door open. It stuck a little bit, but that was just fine with me. "You must be Adah. So nice to meet you in person. I'm Vanessa." The woman thrust a bouquet of sunflowers into my hands and let herself right on in. It took my whirring brain a moment to catch up. Right. Vanessa Tyler, my landlady, the sweet woman who'd spent the last month filling my email inbox with helpful tips about my new city in Maine. The fairy godmother who, upon discovering my single mother status, dropped the rent by $400 a month.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?